What up, tubers? Zeltrax Millennium here, back with a brand new video review. Please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I hope y'all enjoy the video. Hello YouTubers, Zeltrax Millennium here, back with a brand new review for you. This time we're taking a look at 3 toys at once. We're tackling Transformers Prime Deluxe Class Bumblebee, Cyberverse Commander Guzzle, and Cyberverse Soundwave. Now, I got Guzzle at Walmart, in my local Walmart, and I got both Soundwave and Bumblebee at Toys R Us last week. So yeah, I was very happy to get over to Toys R Us to find some Transformers Prime Deluxes, but the only ones they had left were like 4 Bumblebees and 2 Cliff Jumpers. Oh, and by the way, Transformers Prime Deluxe Cliff Jumper, you can pretty much go to hell. Because I really don't like the toy of Transformers Prime Deluxe Cliff Jumper. I really like the first edition because it did so many things better. It's just that, why did you have to make that? Oh, never mind. I'll get into my rants about that whenever I get a first edition Cliff Jumper off eBay. They're charging $40 for that. Jeez. Anywho, let's take a look at the small guys first because I want to say Bumblebee for last. So here's Cyberverse Soundwave. He is in his Scion mode, which I can't remember the name of the car. So sorry if I screw up that name for a bit. But yeah, this car mode is actually very nice. It's kind of it looks like a dark blue sort of metallic paint for the head for the windshields, and it's primarily cast in this really dark gray, though my camera's kind of making it out to look like light gray. And if you look really closely, there are actually swirls in the paint because that actually looks like recycled plastic. But oh well, it's not that bad. And all the wheels work pretty nicely. So to transform Soundwave, it's not that hard. All you got to do is uncurl the arms, unpeg the legs, move that, swap the legs around, do the same over here. Come on. Oh, jeez. There we go. Flip the leg around. Pop the chest down. And there you got Soundwave in robot mode. Now, in robot mode is actually fairly nice, I gotta admit. Of course, his robot mode is barely painted at all. I mean, Soundwave should have had his blue head, but I guess that can be fixed with a little bit of paint. And he actually has the light blue around here for his speakers. But other than that, he's actually not that bad. His articulation is all ball joints, pretty much. He's got a ball joint here. He can twist at the upper thigh. He has no ankle articulation because of the way his feet transform. And he has in and out shoulder movement. And yeah, you can actually move that. So it is all ball joints and hinge and ball joints, and yeah, it's all pretty good. So yeah, I really like this guy. If you're on a budget. I only got this guy at Target for like $5. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, Soundwave is recommended. Now, stand up, Soundwave. Stand up. There you go. So there's him. I'm sorry, I just gotta make sure he stands up right. There we go. So now we got Cyberverse Commander Guzzle. Now this guy is really cool. I really like the design of his tank mode. All the nice rivet detailing in there. This upside down V, I don't know what that's all about. C313 right here, don't know what that's about. But yeah, the coloring on here is very nice. It kind of looks like a natural tank. And of course his weapons here are like in this dark gray. But yeah, it kind of looks like mortar cannons or something. And the tank cannon doesn't really move. The barrel doesn't swing around like a bludgeon, which sucks. But yeah, his transformation is a bit more complicated than Soundwave, but it's actually not that bad either. So pop these guns off, and let's transform the gun a bit. You can actually flip. Whoops. You can actually flip that down a bit and take the smaller gun, combine it, and there you got a double or quadruple barreled blaster. So yeah, that looks cool. Now take Guzzle. You unhook that. These are actually part of his legs, so yeah, a lot of the joints on my Guzzle are really, really tight. Let's just do this now. Okay. Yeah, the joints on mine are really, really tight, but it's all really good. So yeah, move down the feet. Flip up this panel, move up that panel, flip that, and give him his gun, which he can hold very nicely. Whoops. There we go. And now you got Guzzle in robot mode. Now, Guzzle is actually very nice. It kind of reminds me of Springer, though his colors are pretty much Springer. And yeah, he has a metallic blue painted face right here. His head is beige. His main body is yellow with an Autobot logo right there. Light green for some of the bits here. Dark green on the arms. And I have his cannon posted up like this because if you leave it down there, yeah, obvious dirty joke. I'm going to move that up again. But yeah, his articulation, much like Soundwave, is pretty good, though it's kind of in some places. His shoulders can go in and out because of the transformation joint. He's got a ball joint which goes, there's a hinge joint which goes in and out here. And he's also got a ball joint which allows him to go double jointed, which is nice. His legs, or upper thighs, are ball jointed, so it can go in and out, back and forth. Because of the transformation, he's also got a weird knee joint, but it kind of goes back to his size of his tank. And the head doesn't turn because of it being so small. But yeah, and also the feet can pivot really nicely. But yeah, overall, it's not that bad. I would highly recommend picking this guy up once you can find him somewhere. Now let's get on to the main dish, which is Transformers Prime Deluxe BumbleBee. Now, I really wanted to get some Transformers Prime Deluxes, but when I heard they were canceling the first editions, I was like, ah! But I've been seeing a lot of reviews about Deluxe BumbleBee, the newest one, aside from the first edition, and it's not that bad. At first I was going to hate it, but I'm not. I'm weirdly not hating on it. So yeah, his car mode is basically the same as the first edition, though it's a little bit shorter from what I remember from earlier reviews. And thankfully he fixed something that the first edition had a problem with, was that it actually comes with 2 blasters, which are very nice. Now, the one problem about the blasters in vehicle mode is that it actually rubs against the windshield a little bit, if you can see that. So, it's kind of really a preference if you want to have them in vehicle mode or robot mode. But yeah, it's not that bad. But yeah, the car is casted in yellow plastic, though if you see on a lot of other reviews, you can actually see the difference between painted yellow plastic and molded yellow plastic. Because I can actually see like two different kinds of molded yellow plastic and one in a color of painted yellow. So yeah, a little bit of color discrepancy all over the place, but it's not that bad, to be perfectly honest. The wheels can roll, the whole car can roll pretty nicely. One sad thing is that the wheels aren't painted. Again, that's nothing too bad if you're a really good customizer. And same thing with the backlights here, though, again, custom painter, not a problem. I also like the dark tinted windows a lot more than the first edition one. So yeah, not a whole lot to say. Let's head on into robot mode.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in the sky. Autobots wage a battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
now we got Bumblebee in robot mode, and as you can see, his robot mode is actually not that much different from the first edition. All the detailings from his animation model are actually really present here, and I really like it for that. Of course, there are some bits that are missing, like this mid-torso area, like it's on the actual artwork, which is very nice. I really like that. That's why I saved the card backing, because it's a very nice artwork. I'm probably going to use that as my reference for when I paint this thing up. But yeah, you might actually see that that the headset's a bit lower. That's because thanks to Optibottomus, I found a little bit of a tutorial mod on YouTube where you can actually fix the Bumblebee to so that way his head will sit all the way down, which is really nice. I actually found that mod before I left for Medford, and I actually worked on it while I was in the car and it fixed it up. So yeah, not that bad. Of course, he actually does have his little blasters here, which can actually come apart. And thanks to these convenient blocks, he can actually hold his blasters in there. Though weirdly, it's a bit loose in my personal opinion. So you can have them in like that, so that way you can do a wield, which is nice. I like it. But I'm going to leave them off in terms of showing off the posability and details. So the details on his robot mode are actually very nice. Some of the details, of course, aren't there, so I'm going to have to paint that up. Detailing on the arms looks pretty good, and his head sculpt is actually very nice. And also, here's a joke I haven't done in a while.
Light piping!
Yeah, Bumblebee actually does have some pretty good light piping. Even his whole head kind of glows a bit. But yeah, in terms of his articulation, he does actually have quite a bit. His arms can go in and out, though this little yellow bit kind of stays behind and moves all the bunch. So you got to be careful that when you move the arm, you kind of have that little yellow thing on. You kind of have this little yellow thing held, so that way it doesn't move. His upper arm can rotate. He actually has a little bit of a ratcheted elbow joint, so his arms are pretty stiff, which are very nice. His upper thighs are on ball joints, so they can go in and out. Twist at the upper part. Now the lower legs, he can actually bend. It looks two jointed, which is very nice. Now one of the things that for some reason I really don't like about this figure are the feet. Now it can be pretty hard to stand them up for the first time, though it's actually not that hard to stand him up. So he's not that bad. And also his hands don't rotate, sadly. And also, I really like the fact that it's more like the animation model, where these wings are more like the animation model. I guess I can't figure out another reason for that. But yeah, it's not that bad, and I really can't wait for the Transformers Prime figures to start dropping in Grants Pass. So, yeah, and let's do one more final shot with the blasters. And get them more posed like that artwork. Let's get that, this. That's the best I'm going to get, so, yeah. There is that. So, yeah, of all these figures, I really love Bumblebee. I mean, at first I thought I was going to hate him, but overall, he's actually not that bad, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, I highly recommend it if you can check him out. He's available at Toys R Us right now for about $15, which is kind of eh. I've seen at Walmart they've been dropping the price down to $10, but that's Walmart, so I don't know when the Transformers Prime figures are going to be when they hit there. But yeah, of all these figures, I highly recommend them, including Bumblebee. If you're a really good customizer, you can paint them up to look more show accurate, and yeah, I highly recommend them. This has been Zeltrax Millennium saying good night and good luck. Later.